All right. So, man, I, NFL draft live. This is good. Let me. Okay, so there was just a saw something with Clay Matthews just coming on.
Oh, yeah, yeah, he kicked it off. Clay Matthews, long time Green Bay Packer linebacker,
Yeah.
a staple back in I think the early 2000s. He came up on the podium, and you know what they like to do now that they're shifting the draft on all of these different locations.
Right. Right.
So what they do is they bring people who the hometown crowd would they have an affinity towards. So of course Clay Matthews again,
Right. Right.
he's
Right.
a Packer through and through.
Yeah,
He
man.
came up there. He opened up a letter saying, "Hey, I got a letter from the president, Donald Trump, and it reads like this: To all my fellow Americans, the Bears still suck." And of course, the crowd is inundated with Packers.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of went crazy after that.
Yeah. 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 I like the I actually like the format. Being in the different cities and stuff like that. I really like it. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, man, I see. I'm looking here on this other screen. I see, Tennessee fans. Obviously, they looking for Cam Ward to be the number one pick in the draft. I think that's already solidified by now.
A
I would
foregone
assume.
conclusion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's him and nobody else right now.
Right. 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 So what they're saying is, let me look at this. So it looks like, okay. So Tennessee has 7 minutes left on the clock before they pick.
I don't know what they're waiting for.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know what they waiting. They might as well just go ahead and do what they doing, man. I don't know what they waiting on.
Let's see now what we got.
Give me 1 second, bro. Yeah. So what like on like I know right now what I'm looking at. They talking about Shedeur Sanders, and I'm watching the feed. I'm watching the YouTube TV feed, and they talking about Shedeur Sanders and just talking about his arm talent and where he's gonna go and and that kind of thing
Yeah.
in the draft. But I've seen like a couple different scenarios, and I know we talked about this before, but a couple different scenarios, and you and Doc was saying he shouldn't even be in the first round. You still standing on that?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
And I don't want to, it has, when you look at what he's done and you look at the numbers, he touts himself as not revolutionizing, but he says he uplifted, different programs, right? Jackson State is, that's the SWAC.
Right, right, right.
Right. And then he goes to Colorado. Colorado was already a bad team. So that's like what you call low hanging fruit.
Yeah,
Right. So
yeah,
they were like think a one-win team before he got there. And then when he does get there, I think they won the Big 12, had maybe 10 wins, something like that.
yeah,
So it
yeah.
was a good season.
Right.
He lost in the bowl game, the Alamo Bowl, lost the game. And then the following year, I think I think he's like barely over 500,
Yeah,
right? Win loss.
yeah.
So yes, he put up some yards. Yes, he some touchdowns. Everyone is touting the fact that he has a high completion percentage. I think 74% completion rate.
Right, 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 right.
And then I found out, did some digging, of the what close to 400 attempts that passing attempts he made, 150 of them were screens. So like,
Yeah.
look, like what I mean, what are we talking about,
I,
right?
I got you. Okay, so they saying the pick is in,
Yeah.
so we know who this is.
Yeah. But no, but back on Shador before we get to the pick.
Yeah.
He's a good quarterback. He's a pro quarterback. All I'm saying is based on his intangibles, based on his skill set, to me, he's just not a top pick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you win with him? Can you build a friend? Can you build a team? Yeah, you can
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
But when you're talking about the first round, especially the first 10 picks, you want people who are like game changers.
Right. Right.
He's not that.
Yeah.
At least not yet.
Not yet. Yeah. I mean, I reserve. I want to see where he goes. I want to see where he goes. I feel like he can go in the first round. I don't know. It depends on the Giants, really, on what they do. If they do Abdul Carter or they get him, because I think this next pick.
Here comes the
Okay,
pick.
pick is in.
Yep. Cameron Ward. No brainer.
Yeah, that's a no brainer.
No brainer. Good pick.
Yeah.
Good pick.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he was the best quarterback in this draft.
Best quarterback in the draft by far.
Yeah.
By far. I mean, it's not even close.
Yeah.
But not the best player in the draft.
Right.
But because of everyone, the value on the position,
Yeah.
they had to pick him. They don't have anybody else.
Right. Yeah. So and Tennessee, they have a new coach, don't they? Didn't they have?
He's in his second year. He's in his second year.
Okay. Yeah. So I know it was a big debate with Cam and Shador. I think they had something where they was like, "Oh, I'm going number one," or "I'm going number one," but
Yeah.
But back to what I was saying about Shador. I think he can go in the first round. Like I was saying, between the Giants, we will see what the Giants do at number 3. The next pick should be Travis Hunter, right? The number 2 pick should be Travis Hunter, and then we'll see what the Giants do. And if the Giants do not pick him, I think he drops down to 24 to Pittsburgh. I think that's where he goes.
He could go to the Saints at 9.
Okay, I didn't think about the Saints.
He could go to the Saints at 9. So there are going to be teams that would probably roll the dice and pick him up.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that he's not going to get drafted in the first round. I'm just saying I wouldn't draft him in the first round.
Right. Yeah.
He's not a first round quarterback to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the Saints could pick him. Your boy, Kellen Moore. I think Kellen can do something with him.
Yeah.
Kellen can do something with him.
Yeah.
They still need a lot of pieces over there. But
I mean, actually, it would be better for him to fall there or somewhere else down the line that need a quarterback, because they got some pieces that's already there in place.
Right.
So if you remember last season, when you look at the Saints, jumped out the gate pretty hot. They jumped out the gate hot and then just they came back to reality.
Yeah.
But so having him there, and who actually is in New Orleans as quarterback? I don't even know.
Derek Carr.
Carr. Okay. Yeah, man. So you got 5.5 minutes left on the clock for Jaguars, but again, I think that's definitely going. I mean,
Travis Hunter.
Yeah. So Jaguars. I don't know. They fired Doug.
Wait a minute.
What you saying?
Wait, Jaguars on the clock?
Yep, Jaguars acquired a second pick in the draft with the Browns.
They traded up.
So they looking for somebody. You think they're going to get Travis Hunter?
I have no idea.
Because
that would make sense.
I guess. I mean, if they had him as their number one player on their board.
I actually had Jaguars selecting Ashton Genty.
Ooh.
That's who I thought
you
they
think
would.
They could get Genty here?
No. I had them picking him at 5.
Okay. I got you.
But there was no need to move up to get Genty, so obviously
they going
either Abdul Carter or Hunter.
Ooh, that's gonna be interesting. You know what? I like that. I like the Abdul Carter because they don't want the Giants to get him.
I don't think they were for the Giants. Oh, you mean Jacksonville?
Yes. Yeah.
Right. Correct.
Yeah.
Because I think the Giants were.
They was gonna go Abdul Carter. I think
they were gonna go Abdul Carter. Yeah.
Yeah. That's where I saw a lot of mock drafts had him. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that means Travis Hunter slipping at least one spot. We'll see. Okay, the pick is in. Let me see who. So the Jaguars received that. They just took it off the screen anyway.
Let's see the Jaguars. Let me see if I could. Okay, I don't see the specifics of the trade yet.
Yeah, they just had it up, but I lost it. That's interesting. They said it was going to be some moving and shaking tonight. That's interesting.
Yeah. So I'm listening to what they're talking about. That everyone is speculating that it's going to be Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you think about it.
I mean.
Yep. Let me see. He said he wanted to be the number one pick, man.
I'm really so I need to see what Cleveland got in all of this. They must have got an extra second round pick.
Yeah, I need to. I'm. Like I said, they just had it. I don't want to go off of this because I think my screen may mess up if I do that. So this is. I mean, I think Let's see if he's gonna be that impact player everybody's saying.
Who, Travis?
Yeah.
Just like any other, I mean, it depends on how they deploy him.
Yeah.
It really depends on how they utilize him, and they have to be very strategic on how they manage his reps between offense and defense, because obviously you're going to want him to go both ways, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But what I'm interested in is which side of the ball he's going to primarily play on.
And I think defense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
They're about to announce the pick.
Yeah. They have these things. I mean, I know they wheel and deal on the night of, but I know beforehand they already have like we working this deal out with you guys.
Yeah. Dude, we already know there's a trade.
I look, I'm seeing Buddy right now.
Travis Hunter.
There you go.
Travis Hunter.
Yep. That's it. That's interesting. Huh. They must be really wanted him.
Yeah.
They must be really wanted him.
Yeah, obviously.
Man.
Obviously.
Wow. Okay. They were happy for the young man.
No, man, it's good for him. It's good for him, especially when you consider his background, the adversity that he had to go through.
Yeah.
And then you give Dion, you give Prime, you give him a lot of credit for taking him on this wing.
Absolutely.
And steering him on the right path and having him really develop and come into and meet his potential. So
right.
Good for him. Good for him.
Yeah. That's a good thing, man. I like to see players, especially if they're gonna make an impact. In their career, a lot of these guys are bust now. Don't get me wrong. A lot of these guys don't end up in the right system, don't end up in the right place, and their full potential isn't met. So we'll see what Jacksonville will do. I mean, I think he's going to play on defense, but we'll see. Interesting. So that leaves the Giants. So Giants got to go Abdul Carter then. They got 4 minutes.
Yeah. So Giants are going to go Abdul Carter. I think the Patriots are going to pick a offensive lineman. What's Cleveland going to do?
Cleveland might go Shedeur Sanders, bro. Cleveland might go Shedeur Sanders. We'll see. I mean, I don't know. Or Ashton Genty. I don't know. Well, they have who does Cleveland have running back?
They got Nick Chubb, but Nick Chubb,
Chubb.
He's gone through a couple of injuries.
Yeah. Huh. I don't think you could go wrong with Genty in that spot.
No, you can't. The only problem is, who's the quarterback? They brought Flacco back, right?
Yeah, they have Flacco. They have a couple. They have I was just looking at it and I'm trying to remember. They have Flacco and then they have two other guys. It's not that they don't have anything pretty much. They don't have.
Gotcha.
That's interesting. See that one? The Giants pick already in.
Yeah. Patriots on the clock now, but they're gonna overlap it.
Yeah, they're just gonna run this stuff on Travis. Is Travis Hunter is from? No, he's from Georgia. He's not from Florida. He's from Georgia.
No, he's from Boynton Beach, Florida.
Okay.
That's where he was born, and then he moved to Georgia. To go stay with his mom.
Okay.
And that's where he finished off high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Nice. Interesting. I'm really interested to see what the Giants gonna do, man. The Giants. I can't wait for this.
No faith in that organization. None.
This is gonna be interesting, man. Man, this is really
going to be. How is he gonna screw it up this time?
I know. Look, you can't really. The Giants don't have anything. I mean, they don't have a quarterback.
No.
They're running back.
Wait.
Well, they got a receiver. They got neighbors. Malik Neighbors is there.
They did the right thing. They got Abdul Carter.
That's the right.
That's the right pick.
Yeah.
That's the right pick.
Yep. So they okay. They got somebody there.
The quarterback, they picked up some retreads, right? They got Russell Wilson.
Right.
And they got Jameis Winston.
Yeah.
Right. So for the next year, they steady.
Yeah.
They're steady. But they got neighbors. That's
They're
it.
running back. He was supposed
Tracy.
Yeah, he was okay. He's not like he's not like this big time player, but you know,
Well, I mean, I think
he's
he
solid.
has. There's a lot of potential with him.
Yeah.
There's a lot
He,
of potential with him.
yeah, he has definitely has some potential.
Yeah.
Man, now, boy, my boy Abdul Carter, you know, he went to Penn State,
Hmm.
lifetime Eagles fan. Now he's a Giants fan. Now he's a Giant
Yep.
and got to play the Eagles twice a year. I feel
Yep.
bad for him. Feel bad for him.
Why you feel bad for him? This is a dream come true.
It is. It's definitely a dream come true. So they say, okay, Cleveland trades. Okay, let me look at this here real quick. They said, let's see, tracking this here. Let's see what they did. Okay, Jaguars jump up. The Jaguars get number 2, number 104, and 200, and the Browns get number 5, 36, 126, and a 2026 first round pick.
Yep. So Browns get two second round picks.
Yep, and they get a first round pick next year.
Say what?
They get a first round pick in 2026 draft. That's boy, that's hefty. I mean, and the Browns. It's not like they're gonna finish. It's not like they go into the playoffs. So that's gonna be a pretty good pick.
You mean the Jaguars?
I mean, the Jaguars.
Right, right.
It's not like they. I mean, they were competing for the playoffs, I guess. I mean,
That's a
but they're
lot.
not going to
That's
the
giving
playoffs.
up a lot. That's giving up a lot.
That's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot. They really wanted Travis Hunter. If you giving me those second round picks and you giving me a first round pick for next year, yeah, I could drop down because you're still gonna get your player
And you only dropped down what 3 spots?
3 spots. So, that's
That's a lot.
interesting.
That is a lot.
Yeah, we're gonna have to, you know, Eagles gonna have to look out for, you know, I mean,
So now what would the Browns have a luxury here then? If they have 2 first round picks next year,
right.
they got 2 second round picks this year.
Mm-hmm.
They could go one of two ways. They can pick up just the best player available.
Best player available.
They could get Genty,
Yeah.
and then they could pick up a quarterback that's going to slip this year,
Mm-hmm.
or wait till next year to pick
Next
up
year.
a quarterback.
Yeah.
Because the quarterbacks coming out next year is going to be better than the ones this year.
Yeah. So I mean, shoot, just wait till next year. Pick you
Yeah.
up some solid. If you need O-line, D-line help, you get Genty. I mean, I don't think you could go wrong with this. I don't think you could go wrong. Giants. I think the Giants finally redeemed themselves this year with the pick. Abdul Carter was a solid pick.
I mean, Neighbors was a solid pick too last year. Neighbors was a solid pick. Right. They just messed up with that whole Saquon thing, man. And the Daniel Jones. Those.
So yeah, but I agree with what you said. I think with them having Russ and Jameis Winston there, they probably saying to themselves, "We're gonna roll with these guys
Yeah.
this year, and then we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens next year in the draft if those quarterbacks are like you say they're better quarterbacks that in next year's draft." So the Patriots pick now, right?
Yeah. Patriots up next. The pick is in, and Cleveland is now on the clock.
Okay, interesting. Boy, we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's gonna be a good draft. So until this time, I mean, where do they have like the Rams? Where do they have? I know you guys. It's gonna be later on in the night, just like the Eagles. Picking. I think y'all gonna be somewhere around 10 o'clock or
Yeah.
somewhere around there. So who do they have y'all picking? And what the mock drafts were saying?
They have us all over the place, man. Some people got us picking a wide receiver. Some people got us picking a lineman. Some people actually got us picking a quarterback.
Quarterback.
Yeah, I think one or two things are going to happen. Either we jump into the top 10 if a player that they really like starts to fall, or we trade out of the first round altogether.
Okay.
Right? I don't see us staying there at 26.
Yeah.
I don't see us staying there at 26.
Yeah.
Unless something drastic happens. Again, unless someone really, really good drops all the way down there. But we don't have a second round pick. So it would make sense, I think, if we traded down.
Yeah. If y'all got some stockpile, a couple of picks, that means y'all will be in the third round.
If we don't trade down.
If you don't trade down. Yeah.
Right? If we trade down, then we could possibly get a second pick and then an extra third round pick.
True. Yeah. They might be wheeling and dealing because that would make sense if you want to jump into the second round. Yeah. So tonight really you getting through the first round, and then tomorrow is the second and third round, and then Saturday is going to be the rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who are the Eagles predicted to pick?
Because we so far down, they had us at DN.
Uh-huh.
I'm looking to replace Sweat, and then they had us in the trenches. Howie is always in the trenches, and they was looking at a D tackle. The D tackle. I don't think they're gonna get him because he's gonna be gone. The D tackle for Mississippi State.
Okay.
We would have to make some serious wheeling and dealing to get him, and I doubt that's gonna happen. All the way from 32,
Yeah.
he's gonna be picked in the teens. So I don't see us coming from 32. We'll have to give up a lot to get all the way up.
Patriots picked a offensive tackle,
Offensive tackle. Okay.
Will Campbell. Yeah, from
Okay.
LSU.
Yeah. So that's not a surprise.
Yeah, not a surprise.
Yeah.
I saw an interesting pick for you guys, and I
What's
think
that?
it made sense. They had you guys picking a tight end.
Tight end. Yeah. I mean, I know they were trying to all off season. They were trying to. Dallas Goedert was on the trading block, especially with him being 30 years old, and
Right.
they want to get something for him. So I mean,
Right.
I could see that too. I could see that happening. I just know day one, Howie is a trenches guy. That would go away from the norm if he picks a tight end in the first round.
Okay.
But what you know about this tackle?
He's the best tackle in the draft, obviously.
Yeah.
He's solid. Again, went to LSU, which is, I mean, it's already stipulated there. But he's your traditional bookend, left tackle, someone that you could potentially, slot in there for 10 years, and
Yeah.
he'll protect the blind side.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's a good pick. It's a solid pick. Drake May, that's their. They got to invest. They got to make sure that they keep him upright.
Absolutely.
He's the franchise, and I think Will Campbell putting him in there is a start to fixing that offensive line.
Yeah.
But him by himself, like, they still need more pieces there. That offensive line was abysmal last year, so they still have more work to do.
Yeah.
To fix that up.
But I mean, smart move. That's how you build your team, man.
Build from the inside out.
Yep.
You build from the inside out. It's a good pick.
Yep. Not a sexy pick, but it's one of those that's gonna keep your quarterback healthy at the end of the day.
Yep.
So yeah, man. I'm looking at some footage of him now. They say he got some really powerful hands. He's been going up against some of the top DNs in SEC.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, looks pretty good actually. Big boy. Cleveland on the clock. I think we probably in this we got probably 20 minutes left on this.
Yeah.
I think we get to what's this? We get the fifth. We might get the 7 picks.
We may get. Well, no. I think we get to the Raiders.
Yeah, the Raiders. Hey, well, if the Browns don't pick Ashton Genty,
he don't go past the Raiders.
He will not go past the Raiders. Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. Interested to see what the Browns gonna do here. They another franchise that I don't know what they be doing.
I think they said the Browns were looking to possibly even to trade back even more.
Okay. So I guess they feel comfortable.
You think they pick Shedeur Sanders?
The Browns?
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't want to see him go there because he's not going to be successful there.
He said, if you want to turn around your franchise, that's what the man say. If you want to turn around your franchise, pick him. What franchise need more turning around than the Browns?
Yeah, they need turning around. They need all kind of turning around, man. I don't know. I don't know. At this point, if I was the Browns, I was picking Ashton Genty because I know the Raiders want Ashton Genty. If I'm picking Ashton Genty. That's what I would do.
That's my pick. My pick would right here. My pick would be Ashton Genty.
I mean, I think that's a no-brainer. I think they would be reaching if they go Shador. They would be. They would be
reaching is an stretch Armstrong. I mean, it would be.
The pick is in.
They went defensive tackle. Mason Graham.
Wow. Okay. Interesting. Huh. I guess so. The Raiders got their guy then.
Mason Graham. It's a good pick.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
That's a solid pick.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. That's interesting right there.
That's a solid pick.
Yeah. I didn't even think they was gonna go Mason Graham there, but yeah, you can't go wrong. Can't go wrong.
Everyone that's been picked are like high floor guys. Like, it's basically these are all safe picks.
Right.
All safe picks.
Yeah.
Nothing to scrutinize here.
Right. Yeah. Well, the Raiders is a no-brainer then.
So if the Raiders pick Ashton Genty, I think the Jets would pick Tyler Warren, the tight end.
Okay. Yeah, he is the top tight end. This guy. So Mason Graham, that's your boy.
Michigan. Yep.
Yeah, that's your boy.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Second best defensive lineman. Well, I mean, Abdul Carter's more of an edge, but still on the line. But yeah, Mason Graham, he's in the trenches, run stopper, can get pressure on the quarterback from time to time, tackle for loss, right? He gets in the backfield quite a bit.
Looks
So
like he
he's
looks
a
like
disruptor.
yeah, looks like he really got a motor. Look like he really getting in there. Who does he anybody in the NFL game he remind you of?
Do I want to say his name? Ndamukong Suh. Yeah.
Dominican Sue was a wrecker, man.
Yeah, he was. That's what this guy is.
Okay. That's a nice pick, man. Nice pick. Huh.
Like I said, he gets into that. He gets into,
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
and then you match him up with old boy Cleveland,
Myles Garrett.
Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
It's a
I
good
didn't even
tandem.
think about that.
It's a good
Okay.
tandem.
Oh yeah. All right. But I mean, you know what? Over the years, when I look at it, at least over the last, I'd say 3 years, the Browns defense has been pretty solid. They've had a really stout defense. It's their
Yep.
offense that they just suck.
Yep.
So I mean, they continue in that trend. Myles Garrett and now Mason Graham coming in there. So they're gonna be putting some serious pressure on folks. But again, you can't score. The Raiders didn't even have to move to get Ashton Genty. They
No.
didn't even have to do anything. Just stay where it stay. John Gruden like that.
So they just said Vegas they took 3 minutes to make the pick.
Exactly. They already know, man. They already know what time it is. Yeah, they already know what time it is.
Here we go. There we go. Ashton Genty.
There you go. Yep. That's a no-brainer. So,
Yep.
yeah.
They were saying that the Bears the Bears were trying to trade up to get him.
But yeah.
Yeah. Bears really wanted him.
Ah, boy. It would have been tough for him, tough sledding for him in Chicago. It would have been tough sledding.
Why you say that? So Chicago's done a lot of work on that offensive line.
Yeah.
They picked up some guys, and they got the new coach.
Yeah.
You don't see him.
I don't see it.
No,
I don't see
no.
it. I think he ended up where he needed to be. Yeah, he good there. He good there. I know. Hey, look, I was looking at some more film of Ashton Genty, and just watching him.
Mhm.
Man, I was watching some of his plays in college, dude.
Remember what you said now.
I remember what I said.
Don't try to now. Don't. This ain't your boy. This is not your boy. This ain't your boy, right? You said
yeah.
there will be another running back.
Yeah.
Shining.
Yep.
This season.
Yep.
All right.
I'm gonna stick to it. I'm gonna stick
All
to
right.
it. I'm gonna
Right.
stick to it. I didn't know, man.
Another running back not named Omarion Hampton.
Not name Omari
Like
Hampton. Yes.
You said.
Yeah. I'm big. I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna stick
All
with
right.
it.
All right.
I was just looking at some of his plays, like I'm looking at this right now.
Yeah. I
Right.
I
Yeah.
can't wait to see this running back you talking about, boy.
He coming, man. He coming. Oh, man. This fella, I'm Ashton Genty is 5'8", man. I didn't know he does have that low center of gravity, man. I mean, it's like
But he's so athletic. They showed some clips with him on the basketball court dunking.
Duncan. What?
Dunking.
Wow. That's crazy.
He has elite talent, athleticism. He's good.
Man.
He's
Okay.
good.
Okay. The thing that always surprises me, man, with running backs
Mm-hmm.
is, especially at that position. I mean, you've been running from Pee Wee. I mean, you just running. I mean, your knees and the wear and tear on your body and the hits that you take. It's
Right.
surprising that these guys stay around so long. Like in the NFL. When I think about it, I think about the seasons that these guys have gone through.
Mhm.
And I look at the all-time great running backs and stuff like that. They comparing him to Emmitt Smith. They comparing Genty to Emmitt Smith. That's what they're doing right now.
No,
They
No.
say, I don't know.
I don't see it.
You don't see it.
No, the different style.
Yeah.
Different style.
So, but what I was saying with these guys, the amount of hits and stuff that they take, boy, man, it's surprising that they have long careers. Some of them from a
Well, a lot of them don't. A lot of running backs, they have the shortest lifespan of all
yeah. Okay.
positions,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
The running back. I
Yeah.
think the average like shelf life of a running back is maybe three years.
3 years.
But the great ones, you got some people who are just built for the position. And someone like him, he knows how not to get hit,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
He doesn't take the big blow and that contact balance. And then there's just this thing that some players have where there's this intuition that you just can't teach,
Right. Right.
knowing how to fall, knowing when to get down,
Yeah.
right? Knowing
Yeah.
how to contort your body so that you're not absorbing the brunt of the hit. And then you got some people like, I hate to call them out, but like Pacheco,
Yeah.
right?
Man, Pacheco runs straight up.
Right. Like you're not gonna have a
Yeah.
you're gonna keep getting hurt. You're
Yeah.
gonna bang your body. It's just not going to end well for you,
Right. 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 Yeah. Yeah.
4 or 5 seasons in,
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
right?
Yeah.
He reminds me of Marion Barber back in the day with
Yeah. Yes.
with the Cowboys.
Cowboys. Yeah.
Fierce, vicious runner.
Vicious. Yes.
After about 4 or 5 seasons, that was it. That was
That
it.
was it. That was it.
That
Yep.
was it.
Yep.
But this kid, Genty, you can see the running style isn't the same,
Right.
but the ability not to take those big hits, he reminds me of Warwick Dunn. Remember
Warwick
Warwick Dunn?
Yeah.
And as small as Warwick Dunn was,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Warwick Dunn had a long
He
career.
did. He did.
And
did.
he was never knocked out. You
Yeah.
didn't see him taking any big hits.
Yeah.
He was the smallest running back in the league, and he had a very productive career.
That's true.
You know?
Yeah. He is one of those guys that was
Yeah.
real shifty, knowing how to get down,
Exactly.
knowing how not to take them hits. That's true. That's definitely a reality. So it will be. I think we got enough time for this next pick. I
Okay.
want to see who's on the clock. Who is it?
Jets.
The Jets. Okay.
Yeah. I call Tyler Warren.
Tight end. Okay. Yeah. Speaking of the Jets, did you hear about all that drama that was going down with your boy Diva Aaron Rodgers and Aaron Glenn
Yeah.
going back and forth and him telling him, Aaron Rodgers coming on what's the guy's show?
Pat McAfee.
Pat McAfee show. He say, "Why are you gonna fly me down here to tell me we not going with you?" Oh,
I mean, that was kind of bootleg, right? Like you don't like if you're not going to go with them, there was no need to fly him down for
don't
that,
fly him out. Don't fly him
right?
out.
I'm guessing Aaron Glenn thought that he was doing that was the respectful thing to do.
Right? Yeah.
I'm thinking that's what was in Aaron
In his
Glenn's
mind.
mind,
Yeah.
right? But I think it didn't play out well.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, the type of person Aaron Rodgers is, no matter what Aaron Glenn did, if it resulted in them letting him go, he was gonna
It was gonna be the same thing. Right.
he was gonna cry about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Oh,
Yeah.
you told me this over the phone. You couldn't say it to my face,
Right.
right?
Yeah. So that would have been a no-win situation anyway.
No,
Yeah.
he's a diva.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, we'll see with Aaron Glenn, another African American head coach.
Do well.
I wish him the best, man.
Yeah, I want him to do well.
Wish him the best.
Yeah, especially with out there in the AFC East. That don't have no effect on me, right?
Man.
Kill it.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope he does well, man. You got the Patriots in there. They might be trying to recreate that dynasty.
So the Jets picked someone. Who this is? Armand. Oh, they picked a tackle.
Tackle.
They
Huh.
picked a tackle.
They trying to protect. So, okay.
Smart pick.
That really good pick.
Side out.
Yep.
Side out.
That's what it's all
Yeah.
about.
That's a smart pick.
Yeah, man. That's what it's about. So, yeah, that's how you build these teams, man. That's how you build these teams. See who this fella is.
Like these guys, these are some really smart picks.
These dudes, they not going out on a limb, man. And they saying, look, we trying to get the best pick for where they need to be.
Yeah.
Carolina is on the clock now.
Yep.
Did they trade out?
No. Who? Carolina?
Yeah. No, I mean, Carolina was not always number 8.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, solid pick. But yeah, man. So we'll see how the rest of this draft shake out.
Yeah.
It was good to cover these first couple picks here.
Yep.
And then I'll be up until the Eagles pick.
Yeah, me too. I'll be up till the Rams on 26, see what they do.
Yeah,
just to see them trade out,
yeah,
right?
probably trade.
But yeah, ultimately we'll just do a recap on all of this
Yeah, man. Yeah,
come the weekend. So
yeah, yeah. We'll make
all
it
right,
happen. All right, man.
cool. All
All right.
right, later.
Later.